Hey, fuck it. We're going to do it live, right? How else are you going to do it? Hey, Juice said, welcome to episode 32 of What's Trending with Juice Giorgio. It's been a while since I've done one of these like this in a solo capacity. I'm used to doing these with partners now and having more of a panel discussion. Excuse me while I do my gratuitous YouTube check over here. There we go. Looks like we're alive and kicking. So you know what I said today? I said, fuck it. We'll do it live. Why not? We got some good topics today. We got some shit to talk about. And we'll probably hash over the same topics in a panel form later this week. But I miss doing these solo shows. It's the most fun I have doing this. And even when I do the panel shows, I just really gloss over the topics, and everybody loves to talk, which is great. I'm thankful for Fat Jew. He's really been an awesome podcast partner. I'm thankful for Mr. Ohio, Mr. Mike Pacino, who's doing a stellar job getting the word out there, the Juice Giorgio Network. So cheers to you guys. And we have a lovely, more on the conspiracy side associate. She's more than welcome to come on the show whenever she wants as well. And hopefully we keep the guests growing. Hopefully we keep the channel growing. And I can't thank these guys enough. I can't thank anybody that fucking views the show or listens to the show enough. And as you can see, I'm rocking this Zack Snyder's Justice League hat. We waited, they say we waited like 4 years for this fucking movie. That's not true. We waited really 5 years for this movie because we're at the 5-year anniversary of when BBS came out. I'm talking nerd for a second, all right? And then we'll get to the topics. And really, if you're into DC and DC movies, you waited for this. Let's see, The Dark Knight Rises was what, 2012? Man of Steel, the beginning of the DCEU, was 2013. So we waited a long-ass time for this, and especially if you're a Zack Snyder fan. I'll never forget going to watch 300 with my best friend Justin, and we were like 21, 22 when that movie came out, and we went to the gym after, even though it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And true story, I actually benched 300 in honor of the movie. And I actually read that Snyder is not done with that franchise. He still wants to do one like on the Revolutionary War and a couple other topics. Almost reminds me of like an Assassin's Creed kind of thing where you take that premise, but you just apply it to different world events. So that's cool. I'm excited for anything that fucking Zack Snyder does. Are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding? Since I've done the last solo show, I'm on StreamYard. I had to get new Wi-Fi gear loaded with VPN for those that may or may not know about my little visit that I had. And I'm sure VPN would have nothing to do with that, but it's just good to have VPN. And I'm not going to say which one I have because they're not paying me just yet. But if they want to, then I will gladly share the information. Hey, all right. Topic number 1. They're back. They're back. The fucking 3 Amigos. Look at those fucking guys. We have the guy all the way to the left up there. Racked up more debt than every predecessor behind him. So that was number 44. So he racked up more debt than 43 predecessors behind him. The one in the middle was just a warmongering, used 9/11 to go to the Middle East and cause nation building and endless wars and rack up endless debt. And honestly, I don't have that much of a problem with Bill Clinton. It's just his wife's a cunt. Did I say cunt? That kind of makes people mad. I was told not to use that word as much, but last time I checked, we have a First Amendment in this country, and maybe I'll use the word a little less, but I have fun saying it on my own show. But is Hillary not that? I mean, geez, look how old fucking Bill looks. You think being married to that beast has anything to fucking do with it? Anywho, these guys came out with a vaccine commercial together. Very cute. I don't know if they thanked Trump for Operation Warp Speed or not. Maybe they should have been doing that as well. because if it wasn't for Trump, there wouldn't be any vaccines at all. At least not now. Maybe in like 2025, 2026. At the if you're just going by the usual rate and the vaccine creation standard, okay, pre-COVID. So just so you know. And you know, it's funny. I was setting time limits. I was trying to do all sorts of different things to get eyeballs on what's trending with Juice Giorgio while it was still strictly a solo show before I had a panel. And like I said, the panel shows are great. And I'm going back old school. I got 7 more topics for you because I just have a lot of fun fucking doing this. And that doesn't mean I won't do 1 or 2 topics at a time. And the other announcement I wanted to make, I never went through with that bra show, Banana Republic of America. Because honestly, that's not a 1-person production. I need help with that fucking show. So if anybody knows anybody that wants to help make like a stupid, like 1-minute skit show per every other week, by all means, you know where to find me. I'm down. I'll play any character. Whatever. I have some pretty good ideas for that. But speaking of the Justice League and the Zack Snyder Justice League movie that came out, that actually inspired me to want to start a whole new show on the network. That's why I bring up not doing bra. In lieu of bra, I'm going to do a show called Beyond Batman. And I've already reached out to a few people that are pretty prominent in the comic book / movie / comic book movie world on YouTube. Probably 99% of them hate my politics, but I'm trying to separate politics. Obviously, the show, I talk about whatever. It does gloss over politics. Uncommon Sense is pretty much purely political, but Beyond Batman, obviously, it's just going to be about comic book shit and nerd stuff and movies and what have you. And just like the NFL Boycott Club, I mean, that show's not political. I mean, you could probably tell how we lean if you watched it, but we strictly talk about football, right? Actually, Boycott Club is probably the most political part of the show. Is in the fucking name of it. Oh, but speaking of politics, I love this fucking graphic. So what do we have over here? We got a bad guy with a gun. And what does that say on the left? My eyes are bad. What does that say? Oh, that's before more regulations. And what does it say on the right? My eyes are kind of bad. Oh, that's after more regulations. Same bad guy, same gun. But they're just, this isn't about safety, and we'll get to what happened over the last couple of weeks. This is about control. This is about disarming the law-abiding citizen, okay? Just like when I got my special visit a couple weeks ago, that was about intimidation and shaking me up. And I mean, I'm going to speak my mind. We still do have a First Amendment. We're still protected by it. And speaking of amendments, this would be the Second Amendment. And yeah, Dan Bongino, double barrel, huh? It's yeah. So Sleepy Joe came out last week or whatever, very recently, urging Congress to pass. Let me get the I haven't had the papers in a while. Excited. Urging Congress to pass like really insane gun restriction measures, including but not limited to assault weapon bans. And my favorite part about when anybody talks about assault weapon bans, they never managed to define what exactly an assault weapon is. I think he said like weapon of war. But hey, I'm just law-abiding citizen just trying to protect myself. So if a bad guy can have a weapon of war, why can't a law-abiding citizen have a weapon of war that's not going to do anything but follow the law? And I've never broken the law, so why can't I have one? Just in case I might need it. And I'm in Jersey, so I'm not going to take it anywhere. It'll be fine. It'll be here. It's just, you know, anytime one of these things happen, and we'll get into the Colorado thing. It's like the gun sales fucking spike, right? Ammo prices fucking spike because it becomes rare. And law-abiding citizens are the ones that get hammered for this all the time, particularly if you happen to be a straight white Christian male, which, again, I mean, I question my whiteness because I'm 75% Italian by heritage. I may not have the olive skin that that my dad and my grandfather had, but I got the blood. I'm not Irish, I'll tell you that much. Although Dublin's a great time, I highly recommend it. Shout out to Dublin. But yeah, let's see. The FBI fucking blew it again. FBI going after the wrong people. See, FBI is going after tons and tons and tons of innocent people that had nothing to do with January 6th, that weren't even in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. But they're not going after people. Now, let me read this off to you here. Our person's name, Ahmad al Alisa. And at first, I kind of did think he was 21, but then Nick DiPaolo said it best yesterday. Yeah, this guy's 21 in cocaine years. Jeez. The guy on social media was an ISIS supporter. All right, they're worried about regular people and their social media. They didn't even track the social media from the San Bernardino people from like 2016 or whenever that was, right? I think that was 2016-ish. Or end of 2015, you know? Yeah, it was like Christmas 2015. Made me feel real good about just starting a job in Manhattan, by the way, Midtown, on the 36th floor of a fucking skyscraper. Yeah, and this guy was a Trump hater. And then you had all these fucking race baiters on fucking Twitter. Oh, well, I'll donate my salary because I'm so certain if it wasn't another white guy with a gun, I'll donate my salary. I'm not even going to mention these people's names because they're just fucking trash. I don't even know how they have followers, and I got fucking actually I'm up to 50, so I feel pretty good about that. Thanks, Fat Jew and Mike Pizzino. Fucking love you guys. You guys are great. That's I never thought in this day and age I'd meet fucking friends on TikTok that are willing to just jump on your YouTube channel and help you out. But yeah, somehow these fucking everybody wants to tweet and race bait and make this all about race. Everybody's all obsessed with race. I don't think race had anything to do with except for maybe the race of the person and where they came from and what their beliefs were. So we came here as a refugee, Syrian born, and the reason for the FBI graphic, maybe the FBI is not corrupt in the sense of this context, but you blew it. The FBI blows it again. Why are we paying you? Or I'm sorry, our money's being confiscated through taxation because taxation is theft, isn't it? So why are we being forced to fund you when this guy was on your watch list? And if he wasn't on your watch list, he had a rap sheet. He had been arrested for public, whatever the public version is of domestic dispute. I don't know, assault. Whatever the fuck he did. But if he wasn't on the FBI's list, his friends definitely were. And I guess because of that, the FBI were keeping tabs on him. So good job preventing this, FBI. Keep taking those tax dollars. And, you know, I don't even know who's good, who's bad. You hear like it's not the rank and file people or whatever. And, you know, you usually hear it's like top down, which again is believable, but who knows? Who fucking knows? I mean, shouldn't some people get fired? Like, if I don't do my job, I get fired. Plain and simple. And this certainly ain't my day job. Because I'd probably be fired from this a long time ago. 6 months in, but I'd be fired a long time ago. But yeah, it's unbelievable that you know, just like in Florida, they had tabs on that kid too on the Valentine's Day shooting a couple years ago in Florida, which Again, all they do is just fucking blame Whitey, and it's sad. It's sad. I'm sad. Sad for it. And I'm sad that I'm just tired of it. I'm just fucking tired of it. Oh boy. So it looks like I've been stalling because I forgot how to do these things solo. It looks like I missed it. Oh no, here it is. I thought I missed a graphic. What's that on your hands, Joe? What's that on your hands, buddy? Is that blood? I don't know, because the media is not allowed at the border. As of today, I have an update for you. I have two updates for you as of today on the 24th of March of 2021. Okay? Biden permits media coverage of admin migrant camp visit. Whatever the fuck that means. We either have a free press or we don't. And the press should be free, as much as I hate the press because it's all left-leaning bullshit. They should be allowed at that fucking border. You know what I'm saying? Smell what I'm cooking? Yeah. Here's another update for you. 80% of women/girls that are taking this journey have been raped on the way. And why are they taking this journey? Because this administration opened up the fucking floodgates, okay? They opened up the fucking floodgates. Come on, come in. They just $86 million for illegal aliens to stay in hotels. And I can't even get a fucking comp in AC. Fuck you. It's a joke. It's a joke. And that's a pretty good transition into what I wanted to talk about next, and that's double standards. Because if it wasn't for double standards, there'd be no standards at all. Okay. The media coverage of the difference in the media coverage between what happened in Colorado this week and what happened in Atlanta last week, it's insane. It's insane. Because last week it was the stereotypical white male with a gun, blah, 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 in an Asian, what I believe was a massage parlor, which is, strokey, happy ending. I don't agree with anybody killing anybody. I don't think anybody should fucking kill anybody. But that was made to be all about fucking race. That was made to be all about race. So when the Colorado thing happened this week, just another white guy. Just another white guy. Just another racist white guy with a gun. When is it going to stop? I thought this was the United States of America. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I support unity from, that comes to the word united, unity, over diversity. Because we're so diversity-centric right now in this country. We don't have a melting pot. We don't have a monochromatic culture right now. We have a fruit bowl or a salad bowl where we're all grouped in together, but we're not mending. Is that the right word? Mending? Fuck if I know. But we're not gelling. In a melting pot, everything gels together and it becomes one thing. And that's sort of the point of this country, is for that to happen. And we are living in a total salad bowl right now where people are just so obsessed with race. And I keep hearing like white people are going to be a minority in whatever, like within 10 years or something in this country. Dude, I don't give a fuck who's the minority, who's the majority. As long as everybody here is American, salute the flag, speak English. If you got a fucking problem, take it up with whoever caused the problem. Because a few bad officers doesn't mean ACAB. A few bad white supremacists doesn't mean there's 10 million fucking Ku Klux Klan members. By the way, I think Joe Biden eulogized a Klan fucking chapter leader. We talked about that on a prior solo What's Trending, leading up to the election. But I did want to shout out a white person Officer Talley in Colorado, who I guess sacrificed his life trying to save people in that supermarket. So shout out to Officer Talley. And in my opinion, he represents 99.999% of all the police out there. Just took the job for the right reasons. None of these guys, as far as I know, are millionaires like politicians. It's funny how politicians, most of them start out just like regular people. Then they end up with like 3 houses, 7-figure bank accounts. And these police put their life on the line every day. And they just get crapped on time after time after time again because you got 1 or 2 fucking jerks out there. And who the fuck? They're creating such an anti-police culture. Who the fuck is ever even going to be who the fuck is ever going to want to do that job anymore? Don't you understand we need people to want to be police officers? Who the fuck's going to want to do that job? I personally was never interested in it when I was younger. But shit, if I was, I wouldn't be now. Anywho, we found a magical word to, I think, because of course I'm shadow banned on YouTube, but I think we have that magical word because this came up a while ago, but since I've done my last solo show, so I wanted to bring up our special word, fortified. I'm not going to say what year this election is from and what that image represents, but I guess we're allowed to say fortification. So what does that mean? Well, I guess it means that some people did some things to fuck over the incumbent, like changing the rules of an election illegally and unconstitutionally. And to be silenced when you just call out what you see, it's not America. It's not America to me. But hey, it was in Time magazine, so I'm just referencing a Time magazine article that mentioned the word fortified. So it's undisputable because it was fortified. I think I'm going to go fortify myself before I go grocery shopping later. Get the stress out, ease the tension a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right. Just a couple more to go. We're getting to the home stretch here. Oh, these shows are so fun. I hope you're having fun watching or listening. And it's a muscle. And I got to start doing more solo shows again because the group shows are great, but it's just a different thing. It really is. So Bernie Sanders. I'm not even going to try to do a Bernie impression because it's just going to suck. Bernie Sanders, I guess, spoke out today that he's not particularly comfortable with Trump being banned from Twitter. So I actually, let's do this. I have the article and I purposely picked CNN. Here we go. Is that up there? Sure. Yeah. So look at this. He doesn't feel comfortable with the permanent Twitter ban against Trump. That's pretty fucking shocking to me coming from him. I mean, but this is where it gets hilarious because look, I'm just gonna stop trying to sound like him. You have a former president in Trump who is a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, a pathological liar, an authoritarian, somebody who doesn't believe in the rule of law. This is a bad news guy. Wow. One thing I never knew, by the way, is how much people in Congress were just allowed to flat out lie to the public. Like, they just flat out lie to the public, and there's no repercussions or ramifications for it. because the only repercussions and ramifications for these people are to be voted out. And he just won, like in a landslide a couple years ago. And he's a senator, so he's a 6-year term guy. This guy's going to be in the Senate for as long as he's got a pulse. So I guess he followed up. But if you're asking me, do I feel particularly comfortable that the then president of the United States cannot express his views on Twitter? I do not feel comfortable about that. So I don't feel comfortable with all the lies he just told about fucking Trump. All the things he said about Trump and where's the proof? Just give me the fucking receipt, all right? Give me the receipt where he was all those things that he said. Because I say the same thing about the First Amendment when it comes to fucking KKK or Black Panther or whoever the fuck. Extremists on the left, extremists on the right. Everybody in this country has the First Amendment right to say whatever the fuck they want. No exceptions. No matter how disgusting it is. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in this article. Like I said, it comes from MSN.com. I'm sorry, which is possibly worse than CNN. Sanders went on to say, but it is an issue that we have to be thinking about. Tomorrow, it could be somebody else who has a very different point of view. I guess he's like a communist or a socialist or whatever. And yeah, Bern. Bravo. At least me and Bernie agree on the First Amendment. I don't agree on being a fucking compulsive liar and a socialist and a communist and redistributing people's wealth and taxing people like 90% of their income. But that was pretty good shit, Bern. All right, and we're going to round out the show. Trump made a podcast appearance, I guess, yesterday on, I think it was on Elizabeth Stuckey, her show. Or no, I'm sorry, Lisa Boothe. Similar but not related. Hey, Trump, by the way, I got a podcast. It's tremendous. Just think about coming on sometime. But in that, I have he talked about the letter he wrote to Biden. I have it up here. It says what it says. I won't repeat it because I think those algorithms are going to come after me. But hey, fuck it. We're doing it live, right? So no, basically Trump said, I wished him luck. And it was a couple of pages long and it was from the heart because I want to see him do well. And Obama said the same bullshit about Trump back in 2017, right? He said he wanted to see him do well. Total fucking horse shit. You probably wanted to see fucking Trump crash in Air Force One or something. Or whatever the worst scenario. And then Trump added, I want him to do well, but that doesn't include closing up the Keystone Pipeline, which, by the way, environmentally is much better than having crude oil on trains. I don't even know what the fuck voice that is. I used to do, so that's what happens when you don't do a solo show for a while. I used to go to the microphone like this and do a decent Trump. But he went on to say, but Biden's friend and supporter Warren Buffett has trains, meaning, about cutting off the Keystone Pipeline and moving crude oil on trains. And Trump went on to say, but nobody talks about that. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Nothing really to be too disgusted about with the world we live in today. Just some topics for you. Just informing the masses out there, all the juice heads. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, I'm using this new platform, StreamYard. I'm not quite sure if the quality is the same as sort of just recording these things and uploading them. I'm going to do some experimentation. But, so far, so good. That's how I've been having Jew on and all the other guests. So, Jew says, thanks for fucking joining me. And remember, like I always say to you guys,